Hi, Desi here with a stress buster for you. And today we're going to talk about something that sometimes can be a little uncomfortable, and that is your finances, your money. And a lot of times we get into financial problems, debt, stress. And so I have some special guests with me today, Allison and Tony Little, and they are experts on money. And they have a company called Prosper Wealth Management. And so I'm going to let them tell you a little bit about themselves, and then they are going to tell you maybe some very good tips on how to get out of financial stress, debt, or whatever. So go ahead and take over. It's your show. Here you go.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Desi. We're so honored to be here with your guests and with all the people watching. I'm Allison. I'm president of Prosper Wealth Management, and this is my business partner, Tony, and husband.
Thank you.
I guess I'll admit that today. And he's a financial advisor. Do you want to say hi?
Hi, how's everybody today?
And we're super excited to be able to offer this to each and every one of you. So financial stresses are really difficult, right? They're a challenge for any of us, and they can cause a lot of heartache in our lives, right? And so our goal right now is to equip you and empower you with some ideas around how you can stop financial stressors in your life and take hold of your finances, because we can all do that. And it starts with recognizing why are you stressed? Like, what's the thing that's making you the most stressed? Sometimes what we will ask our clients is to write down the main stressors that are causing them stress. Perhaps it's credit card debt, or college savings debt, or some sort of debt that you have in your life that's really causing you stress. Maybe you're not making enough at your money at your job. And those things can really cause stress in your life.
Yeah, definitely too, as well as a lot of our clients have parents who didn't manage their money well. So now they are seeing, oh no, my parents are running out. How am I going to make it? What's my situation look like? Or they have kids and they're looking at a tuition bill being 5 figures, and they're like, well, where's that money going to come from? So questions like that come up all the time for us, and we want to help you, equip you, and build you with things that'll help alleviate that stress.
Absolutely. So the other thing that we really think about is your money mindset. One thing that we find with ourselves, actually in our own relationship, is that we came into our relationship married with completely different money mindsets, which means I grew up with hardly any money. And Tony...
Well, I didn't grow up with a lot, but we grew up where we had, newer, nicer cars, a nice house, went on vacations, went out to eat.
Yeah, I didn't do any of those things.
Was normal.
He's like the fancy pants. And so we came into our relationship with those different money mindsets. And that could be something that you're facing in your relationship too, right? You have maybe a spender and a saver, or you have different ideas about money. And so having that conversation first with yourself, saying, okay, what do I think about money? How did I grow up with or without money? And how do I think about money right now? You might be scared of it. And at first I was scared of money. I thought that it was the root of all evil because we never had it. And so really recognizing, where am I in my money mindset?
Perfect. Yeah.
And how did you come to money? Like, what did you think about money?
I don't want to say it was always there, but you just felt when I was growing up, like, okay, we go do this. And you just assumed as a kid that it was always going to be there. So
it's kind of abundance versus scarcity. And I had the scarcity mindset, and Tony had the abundance mindset. And we needed to recognize that in a relationship, because that's where a lot of our money fights happened, right? Where I wanted to save everything and he wanted to spend everything. And you need to recognize that.
Right. And then, so the next thing before we dive into like the actual how-tos and what to is, you want to start small, because when you start diving in and looking at all your different numbers and stuff, tax seasons coming up, all this different stuff, just start small. Start with the basic thing, the first stressor, the one that you just dive into it, look into that, take baby bites. Don't try to tackle everything all at once. That's going to cause stress. That's going to cause you to stop, ignore it. And then the problem's going to compound. So
actually what we advise a lot of our clients to do is pick the credit card that is the smallest, actually, and work together as a couple to pay that off and celebrate that win. Because as soon as you do one, it's cool. You get super excited and fired up to do the next one. And that's how we pay down our debt. That's how we alleviate our stress. And that's how we feel really empowered by our money. The next thing is to don't compare. This is really hard, trying to keep up with the Joneses, looking at what everybody else is doing on social media, whether it's vacations, buying that next house, doing all these things. It's really difficult. And one of the things we had to do is really recognize that we have our own goals and we have our own life and we have things that we are focused on, and we can't compare our journey to somebody else's journey, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we don't know what's happening behind the scenes. You see the beautiful picture of whatever, like a brand new boat. They could have had that completely financed. They could be in debt up into their eyeballs and stressed out every night, right? So don't compare your journey to somebody else's. If you're trying to pay off debt and you are driving around a rickety old car, which we did, it was a $50 car. We did that for the first 4 years of our marriage.
4 or 5. It was
4 or 5 to pay off debt and to get in a good financial place, which allowed us to purchase the business that we have. I mean, all of these things matter. So don't compare yourself.
Sure. And then the number one thing to get going, whether you're, just getting by or you've got, gosh, I make so much money, I don't even care where it goes. You have to budget. Everybody needs to budget. You know where your money is going. And that's the best way to feel confident. And because you're tracking, because if you know exactly, okay, I get paid this, or this money comes in this time every month and it goes out to here, here, and here, and you're able to build that and go forward. So everybody should budget, whether you're.
And you should talk about it.
Yes.
So we sit down on a monthly basis and we have our financial meeting, both for our personal life and for our professional life, for our businesses. And we look at our money.
Yes.
Every single month. And we talk about it because sometimes some months are not as good as other months.
Sometimes Christmas gets in the way.
Sometimes we go shopping or something.
Right.
And so that's okay though. It's to have the conversation, to figure it out and have a game plan for what you're going to do. Right. A lot of times I think people just want to ignore the stress.
Right. Yeah. And you want to keep your budget as simple as possible. We recommend a 50, 30, 20 budget where 50% of your money goes out to the needs. You're like, I need this to live. I need to pay for my house, apartment, rent, whatever it is. I need food. I need heat. I need a car. I need gas in my car, that type of stuff. The needs. That's 50% of your money. 30% of your money is your wants, the fun stuff. Maybe it's Netflix, going out to dinner, movies, all that other stuff, that extra. And then 20%, that's for investing in savings. Whether that's all towards savings to build up stuff or even to tackle debt right away with that in savings, because that's what investing is tackling debt too. Or you've got your savings built up and it's all go towards investing for the future. So 50% needs, 30% wants, 20% savings.
So the next one is to really tackle your debt. And this is kind of a scary one sometimes because debt is got this kind of aura about it, like it's a terrible thing. It's not. It's okay, right? Like first, get your mindset right about it. The next thing I would do is I would get a piece of paper. I would start to gather all of my bills, right? Credit card bills, like all the things that you have that are quote unquote debt, right? In your life. And I would write them down and write down, okay, where is it? So maybe it's a credit card. What's the name of the credit card? How much debt do you have on that credit card? What's the limit that you have? And what's your monthly payment that you're paying each month on that? And your interest rate, right? Interest rate is a big, big thing. Every single time you go to a store right now, you're asked if you want to open up a store credit card. At first, you get a quote unquote discount from opening up that store credit card. But unfortunately, what happens is many of those stores will charge you tons of interest. So that quote unquote savings is lost very quickly. So please, please, please learn to say no to all of those store credit cards. They are not saving you money. They are costing you so much money. But if you've done that in the past, no big deal. We can fix it. And I want you to write those things down. Choose the credit card that has the highest interest rate and the lowest balance. That's what you're going to pay off first. And just tackle that little by little each month. Take and put a certain amount of money toward paying off that credit card and celebrate it when you're finished. Go out to dinner or buy yourself some flowers or do something fun with your family to celebrate that accomplishment.
Perfect. Yes. And then the next one is probably the least glamorous, but you got to expect the unexpected. As a husband, dad, I've got to plan for when or if I'm not here. So we got to do life insurance. You got to make sure if anything were to happen to me and or Allison, that the kids, everybody's taken care of. And so if you have anybody that depends on you at all, if it's kids, a spouse, even other family members who need your support financially or the help you give, Life insurance is so important. So you got to make sure you have life
and
insurance.
Unfortunately, we have to deal with this almost every single day in our financial planning firm. Tony talks about death more than any other person I know, other than a person at a funeral parlor, because unfortunately it happens, right? People will die, and there are people, we help our clients set up everything and make sure that they are taken care of and that their family is taken care of. But unfortunately, that doesn't happen everywhere. So we say it kind of sounds morbid, but we're doing it because we really want to protect our families. And we want to make sure that people feel like they can go to sleep at night and know that everybody's going to be taken care of. And that's the great thing is a lot of times what we'll have clients that get to know Tony, and then they'll have their kids come in and get to know him so that they can feel like they have a succession plan in place and know that everything is going to be taken care of, and that they know where their money is and know that everybody's taken care of in that unforeseen issue. Another one.
Now, Allison, and Tony, I wanted to mention probably my biggest financial error of my life. And that is, we did not set up a college fund for our kids.
Oh,
if I could go back in time, that is the biggest mistake we ever made, because now we have kids that have now gone through college and they have these enormous bills. And, you when you first get married and you have these little kids, first of all, you think, that's so far away. And then second, you think, I don't have extra $25 a month. Well, actually you do.
Yeah.
I look back now, it's like, I should have. So that's my biggest mistake financially.
Oh my gosh. And I'm so glad that you share that, because actually the reason why we own our business is because Tony's grandfather, Grandpa Bimp, created a legacy for Tony and his brother and paid for their college. Passed away from ALS. He gave Tony money, which grew, and that is watching that amount grow. And then subsequently paying for his college inspired him. And now we're able to help other kids. I mean, how many people, everybody, we almost
it's
every single person.
If you've got kids, that's the next recommendation.
Yeah.
You take care of your retirement, but then number 2 is, all right, let's set something up. Like you said, $25 a month. It's not much.
It adds up quickly.
It's going to add up. It's 18 years if you do it as soon as possible. That's a lot of money.
And it's a beautiful thing because you're investing in your future of your children.
Right.
And as soon as they can, like the other day, our son was helping us at the office with filing, and he saw his name on a folder, and he's like, why do I have this name on a folder? And it was because of his college savings fund.
Sweet.
And he was so excited. He's a 4th grader. And to know that we have been doing that since he got a social security card, his social security number, really, it inspired him because we believed in him. And so, start today with saving for yourself, obviously for your retirement. Nobody else is going to pay for your retirement, but then definitely invest in your children. And then the next thing to think about is really your emergency fund. So one of the things that we like to have all of our clients do is figure out what are their needs on a monthly basis and make sure that they're saving for 3 to 6 months for those needs, and set up an emergency fund. When we shut down for COVID and all of the things happened, a lot of times what happened is people didn't have any savings, and that really, really hurt them. Yeah. And so we want to make sure that everybody knows that in order to alleviate that stressor in your life, you need to have an emergency fund. And that's one of the first things that we encourage everybody to do. Get a budget, and then start saving and putting that into your emergency fund, 3 to 6 months of your needs, not your full budget, just your needs, so that you could pay for all of your bills if anything were to happen to you.
Yes. And I think we should close with investing. Let's, you need to kind of plan for tomorrow while still enjoying today. And so if we go all the way back to the budget concept, 20% of your money should be going for tomorrow. What ifs, the future, your retirement, all that good stuff. And that's really all, and maybe it's when I say all, then maybe that's a big number and you need to build up to it, which is fine. But if you can get yourself to 15 to 20% of your current paycheck going for tomorrow, investing for your retirement, investing for your future, you're going to be so well off in retirement. It's going to be crazy.
And that's the thing is you can't save yourself to wealth. You have to invest yourself in order to become wealthy. And actually we have a new book coming out and a course called Live Wealthy and Prosper. It is going to be amazing. And it's going to do a deep dive into all of these areas that we've seen over and over again with the thousands of people we've talked to at our financial planning firm, because we really want to find a way to guide people with their money. We want people to feel equipped empowered, inspired, and we want them to live wealthy and prosper, right? And that's really our goal of having a financial planning firm, is we have that privilege of being able to help people really not feel stressed, right? Feel empowered, feel excited, feel happy about what you're saving for and investing for in your future.
Nice. And the other thing that is really amazing about not having financial stress is that you can help other people.
Oh, right. And that's a beautiful thing to hear the stories of how people are able to help serve in such a bigger way. As soon as you get your money under control and you feel confident and strong, now you're saving money, and now you can invest not only in your future, in your children's future, but now you're giving to the church, you're giving to the community, you're volunteering, you're building schools, building houses, whatever it is that you want to do that fires you up. It's a beautiful thing to hear those stories, and we're all about that, and really be able to provide that, and that's a beautiful thing.
Exactly. All right. Well, thank you, Allison and Tony. You've been an amazing guest for me today, and I'm going to put the links below for everybody to check you out. And thank you again.
Thank you so much.
Take care.
Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.